Chelsea's attack. Let's talk about the attack now, because it's been not good enough. Simply without Cole Palmer, they don't have their top goal scorer. Let's say is Moises Caicedo, 4 goals in all competitions. They've all been worldies, to be fair to him. But after you've spent, I think in this piece in the paper today, I think it's around 240 million pounds Chelsea have got available in attacking options. That's excluding your Cole Palmers. That's excluding Liam Delap, who's slowly coming back. But when you've spent that much money, there is no excuse for no player at this point in the season going forwards as an attacker having less than 3 Premier League goals. It's just not good enough.
Yeah, it's a balance, isn't it? In the one sense, you could say it's good that they're not relying on one person to score, and I think Chelsea have had more different scorers in the Premier League than any other team. They've had 10. Yeah. That's great, and it's fantastic that you've got that goal threat from a lot of places. But the fact is, if you're going to challenge for big prizes, you need someone reliable who's going to score those goals to turn draws into wins and defeats into draws. Just who in those key moments is going to do it. And I think the trouble is there isn't anyone who looks like doing that at the moment. And that's not. It's not. You can't criticise Mark Guiu terribly.
He's 19
because he's 19 years old. And to be honest, I felt like he struggled. I felt he was bullied a bit by the 3 big Sunderland centre halves. But equally, and I know you felt that Joao Pedro didn't do enough on against them either. And as I said, it was a bit like that opening day where, in that case, it was Delap and Joao Pedro who were really quite easily marshalled by the Crystal Palace team, and who were similarly well organised to Sunderland.
Yeah, I think there's a couple things in the Chelsea attack. If we break it down, there's Joao Pedro, because when Joao Pedro signed for Chelsea, initially the first initial reaction was, they've bought another one of these. He's not a number 9. He's not got that finishing instinct that, the likes of a Gyökeres or Haaland or even Ekitike. Like, he's another one of these. He's not a number 9.
9.5.
Another 9.5 typically. And then he came in, played incredibly in the Club World Cup as a number 9, and people kind of thought, hang on, he might be the answer for Chelsea. And obviously they bought Delap. He was that number 9. He was going to be their number 9 signing who could just play up front. And then, Joao Pedro came in. He looked as though he might be the answer, with Cole Palmer in behind, Estevao on the right, Neto on the left. This is going to be the Chelsea attack for the season. And now all of a sudden, after the international break, when Brazil went on that horrible trip to the altitude of Bolivia, and he came back and he was reportedly carrying a bit of a knock, and now we get to the present day. It's been 7 games since he got a goal or an assist. The last one was in the 2-2 draw with Brentford, which for a player who is supposed to be your focal point of the attack is just not good enough.
No, it's not. And you remember last season when Cole Palmer had that long run without a goal or assist and had a similar impact. I think if you go back and look at Joao Pedro's history in England, he's tended to score in streaks and then have quite a period. He's not the sort of guy who's just going to score every other game or every 3 games. He tends to have like a hot streak and then fade away. And I should also declare, I think the curse of Dan King has come back, because he hasn't been the same player really since I did a background feature on him. So sorry, Chelsea fans, maybe we'll just stop doing those.
So we need no more Dan King exclusives, everyone. No more Dan.
We'll stop those, because it seems to make them more go right. So it's a running joke in my house that the people I do stories on, they either go completely out of form or they break their legs or something else terrible happens to them. But again, I think it's, as we come back to the fact that so much money's spent, you've got to look at the wings as well. Now, Estevao, I think we agreed, and he didn't have the same impact in this game as he has had in previous games.
Yeah.
He's 18 years old. He's going to be fabulous. So I think long term or even medium term, he'll be an upgrade on Madueke.
Yeah.
And I think Pedro Neto, and I've criticised him before because his numbers of goals and assists in English football aren't fantastic. At times really wonder what is it that he does. But again, he's on a decent streak at the moment. But they need other people to step up and deliver. Including Gittins.
Yeah.
And I think as you mentioned earlier, the other thing which is potentially important is the return of Liam Delap and what that will mean for being able to rest some players, but also for providing that kind of focal point, someone to do really what Brobby did for that winning goal for Sunderland.